Hey everybody, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're talking about what are some of those things you need to be aware of in Bella Vista before you move here. So let's talk about that. But before I begin, if you could like and share this video with a friend or family, that would make the world of difference. I try to produce as much content as humanly possible about Northwest Arkansas, obviously. So liking and also sharing can make sure that everyone can live, work, and play all in NWA. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Also, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. It has all the information about the schools, about the hospitals, about all the things going on in all the downtown Bentonville, Fayetteville. The whole package, everything right there, just right into a package, right into one. And the best part is that I'll ship it right to your home, obviously. So enter your name below, enter your address below. Where am I shipping this package to? Where is this package going to? Just let me know with the address and name below. I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool, but I'm a little biased, obviously. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below. I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so before we jump into things you need to be aware of when it comes to Bella Vista, let's talk just really briefly about the amazingness of Bella Vista. It is truly your own paradise. It's a little slice of heaven. There's trees everywhere. It's really close to Bentonville, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it's obviously every home is almost a custom home because there's no big developers out there. It's near lakes. It has recreation places. It has pools. It has ponds. It has fishing. It has boating. It has jet skis. It has like trail systems, hundreds of miles of trail systems, golfing. I think like there's so many 18 course golf courses. It's a hard thing to say. 18 course golf courses, and on top of there's a bunch of nines as well, plus putt golf. There's an archery range, or excuse me, there's a shooting range. There are so many things going on in Bella Vista. There are so many perks to Bella Vista. It is fantastic. But there are some things we need to be aware of when we're moving there, and that's what this video is about. And the first thing we need to talk about when it comes to Bella Vista, things you need to be aware of, is this is very specific, but it's something you need to be aware of. If you are buying or building a home in Bella Vista, brand new construction, what you need to be aware of is what are the internet capabilities over in Bella Vista. Now, obviously there's internet all across Bella Vista. We have cable, we have fiber optic, we have AT&T, we have a company called Cox. And so they have internet out there, of course. But if you are building a new construction home on a new street and it's hard and they haven't ran any sort of like internet down there, there might be a decent chance if you're with a company called Cox, they might actually have you pay to get cable ran down there. Or what happens if there's enough people involved with obviously building homes, they'll do it for you. But a lot of times what I've had to deal with, obviously because I sell a lot of homes in Bella Vista, is working it out with Cox or the cable company to actually like get the cable there. Also, if there are homes all around the area, of course, like you're building a house next to a bunch of other houses, you should be fine. We're talking like new construction on a cul-de-sac, new road, the whole thing. So it's very, very specific, just to be aware of that. So AT&T will do it for free. That is one of the perks of AT&T. If it's nearby, obviously they'll kind of get it to you, and that within restraint, of course. But one thing to be aware of is if you're building a brand new house in a cul-de-sac, or maybe they're building a road for you to put a house over there, just be aware that you might have to deal with some internet issues in the meantime. Also, some solutions to that are, one thing is Starlink. So we do have Starlink out here, which is Elon Musk's internet company that comes from space. People use that a lot out here. Secondly, and probably you have to get onto an actual like waiting list, it's a whole thing. But secondly, which people have had quite a bit of success with, is the T-Mobile hotspot. And I don't mean like the little dangly little thing right here or your phone. We're talking like a big behemoth like device that sits in your house, connects to T-Mobile 5G services, and does that. Now and it's like $50 a month, so it's pretty cheap and unlimited. So the nice thing is that one of the things, and this is just a temporary solution, obviously people are using this all the time there. But even if they have like other internet providers, they use this T-Mobile hotspot. Okay, cool. But long story short, obviously to provide all the services when it comes to streaming, the whole thing, it'd be fine. And if you need faster internet, obviously that might be a temporary solution until they get internet ran to your house, or it's on the docket for AT&T to get fiber optic there. So just be aware of it when you are building or buying a new construction home in Bella Vista. You might just need to be aware of the internet situation. And number two of a second thing we need to be aware of when it comes to Bella Vista is the thing that most of Bella Vista, like 90% of Bella Vista, runs on septic. There is about 10% that is on a sewer system, so just be aware of that. And they are expanding the sewer system, but there is by no shape or form they'll be able to reach all of Bella Vista. Just because Bella Vista is a lot of this, a lot of fun, and a lot of trail systems. There's a lot of things obviously going on there that it'd be hard to actually infrastructure that out. But the core section of Bella Vista is becoming more on sewer systems, so that's good. Obviously, there's a lot of septic as where if you're unaware what a septic is, obviously it's kind of like your own sewer system underground, and it's one of those things you want to get pumped. Like, sounds funny, but pumped, if you're not aware of what septics are, it's literally in the ground, the stuff that goes there. It's something you want to get pumped every 5 to 10 years or so, and you want to be kind of careful what you put down there. You don't want to put like a lot of grease. You don't want to put a lot of chemicals. There are certain things, I'll let you research that, but long story short, most of Bella Vista is on septic, and parts of it are on the sewer system in general. Another side note when it comes to the sewer system / septic system in Bella Vista is that as they are expanding the sewer system in Bella Vista, if the sewer system is eligible to be put into a house in Bella Vista and it's still on septic, there is whenever a person, and this doesn't happen too often, but it does happen, is whenever a person sells a home that is eligible for septic, it is required by the actual Bella Vista to remove the septic tank and actually like attach it to the sewer system. And I have done a couple of those in the past, and the average cost is $10,000. Sometimes it's built into the price, sometimes the actual seller does it, sometimes the buyer pays for it. It just varies a little bit. But the perks of it is that you're on a sewer system versus septic, and so they manage all of that stuff going on. But so that's just something to be aware of. It does happen every once in a while, not too often, but just something to be aware of. Whoa, before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas and you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Notifications, way too slow. Way too slow. You miss out so many homes by these notifications, I cannot tell you enough. So that's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. And it sounds exactly what it is. It's literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your name below, enter all the information below, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Where do you want to end up? So enter all that information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for rent or for sale, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? When is First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? What's going on in the farmers markets? What new HQs are moving here? What new events are happening? Well, so many things. So many things. I don't know how I pack it up in one email on Friday, but I do. Not really, but there's so much. Long story short, if you want that email sent to you every single Friday, enter your email below, enter your name below. I'll make sure you get that email, like I said, every single Friday. But side note, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third thing you need to be aware of when it comes to Bella Vista is the HOA and / HOA fee. So two things. The HOA is obviously the governing board over all of Bella Vista, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. But the HOA obviously sets the standards of what happens in Bella Vista. They're the ones managing the money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's an architectural committee that actually does the permitting process for things you want to do inside of Bella Vista. And so a lot of times when people move to the area, they're like, I don't want to deal with HOAs and all the different things, which is fair and fine, totally get that. But then the one thing that was interesting for me as moving from Chicago was this HOA is very minimal, very not hard to deal with when it comes to the things of that. So for instance, in Chicago, obviously they are very intense with what they do there and they want to be in all your business. Whereas at least in Arkansas, the HOA I've seen in Bella Vista, they care about the aesthetics of what you're doing because they want to maintain, I would consider, a good quality of housing across all of Bella Vista. They don't want people painting their houses pink. They don't want people using barbed wire. They don't want people using certain things. And so there are rules in place for that you have to permit for. And so the perks of that are obviously your neighbors are not going to have you're going to be fine, obviously. Whereas in parts of Beaver Lake and other areas where there might be other lakes, it's kind of a Wild West out there. There's no HOAs. It's kind of you never know what you're going to get. So there is an HOA. There is obviously permitting process when it comes to building things obviously in Bella Vista. But on top of that, the fee itself, $37 per month. But the nice thing is that it gives you a lot of discounted pricing for obviously golfing. It gives you access to all the different things when it comes to Bella Vista, the recreation centers, the fitness centers, the pools, obviously all the different things when it comes to Bella Vista, obviously the shooting range. So super cool stuff. Obviously, it becomes very discounted when you are a member over in Bella Vista. And the fourth thing you need to be aware of when it comes to Bella Vista is kind of the new restrictions when it comes to short-term rentals in Bella Vista. So the last couple of years, obviously, you've known real estate has done very well across America, and obviously Northwest Arkansas has grown quite a lot. But Bella Vista has definitely taken on a lot of new people, new homes, and also that comes with some new short-term rentals. And so one of the things that Bella Vista chose to do, which I considered smart, was that they started actually putting limits to short-term rentals. They started putting okay, there's a permitting process. We want to make sure the house is safe, that electrical is safe, and if you're going to rent out your home for short-term purposes in Bella Vista. And so there's a permitting process now with a cap limit of 600. They estimated that there was about 450 to 400 short-term rentals currently in Bella Vista, and they want to cap it at 600. But you have to apply for that, of course, and do the whole process. But the reason I think is a smart idea is because Eureka Springs ran into this issue a couple of years ago. Eureka Springs is a very travel-centric city up in part of Northwest Arkansas, up in the top, like, eastern side of that. But the thing about Eureka Springs is it's just people go through it all the time. How can you build a city? How can you build literally a town if people are coming in and out of there all the time? You really can't. Like every weekend, someone different. So Bella Vista saw this and they said, you know what, we want to build a city, we want to build a community. And so one way to make sure that is, controlled to some extent is the short-term rentals, obviously, through there. Because in theory, it's like every house could be short-term rental. Wow, that's not a city. That's just a place to, that's just, at that point you become Branson, they become Las Vegas, and that's like not going to happen. So that is one of the things you need to be aware of when you are in Bella Vista, is that there is a cap limit to short-term rentals in Bella Vista. And the fifth thing we need to be aware of when it comes to Bella Vista is the fact there are not that many restaurants yet, or businesses yet, in Bella Vista. And the reason being is because for a long time, forever, the only way to get to Northwest Arkansas was a highway called 71, and it ran directly through Bella Vista. We're talking trucks, and JV Hunt is the hub of all transportation here across America, and their HQ is in Northwest Arkansas. So trucks, Walmart, all distribution for all of Northwest Arkansas would go up this one, not even a highway, it's just a stop and go light traffic road in Bella Vista. When I first came here, I was like, this is not a thing. So I quickly found out that they are building a bypass, and they completed the bypass 2 summers ago that goes around Bella Vista. It's obviously like a 6-lane, or even like bigger than that. It's actually 6 or 7-lane highway that runs along Bella Vista on the side that goes back up to like Kansas City area. So when that was completed, it allowed so much less bad traffic to come through Bella Vista and allowed so much more good traffic to head through the center of Bella Vista. So obviously basic consumer level cars, vehicles, the whole thing, people going back to home. And so what that has allowed more businesses to open along that 71 corridor right there through Bella Vista. So we have new coffee shops, we have new bike shops, we have new restaurants, we have like pizza places, we have barbecue, we have the whole thing. But it is not, I would consider, enough yet. It's up and coming as more businesses are coming into the area and obviously growing. A lot of them are actually opening up, places in Fayetteville and Bentonville are actually moving up to Bella Vista now and opening 3rd, 4th locations. So that's pretty cool. And then the other thing is that Bella Vista is obviously rezoning some of the land that was originally zoned for residential, because it was originally designed just to be a residential area, obviously. So on 71 was zoned some residential stuff, and now they're actually making it, there's no homes there, of course. And they're making it more business, like commercial friendly stuff over there. So they're getting ahead of the curve when it comes to businesses growing into the area, and it is nice to see that. And so just to be aware, there's not a huge amount of restaurants yet, but they are coming for sure. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary link below. Maybe you're a venture, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it and use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's see you next one.